In this week's Two Wheels Better, Jeff has a mystery bike and Wayne takes an extended look at what we might be wearing in a British summer. But first, it's another day trip. Welcome once again to Barcelona. No, I didn't think the palm trees would fool you. This is actually at the Isle of Man and that's Ronaldsway Airport over there. Because it's TT Festival, why else would we be here? But we're on a day trip today just to prove that you don't have to come to the TT on a bike.
But it's true to say the most popular form of transport is still a bike on the island. And you come over by the ferry. But if you haven't brought your bike, you haven't been over on ferry, how do you get about?
But if you have come as a foot passenger on the plane or on the ferry, you can hire one of these. You can get these things easily on the Isle of Man. So, all aboard, chaps!
Fair enough, most people bring their bikes over to the TT on a ferry, on a boat. Bit bigger than one of these though. But you know, there's around 40,000 visitors every year to the TT, and during TT fortnight there's around 14,000 bikes on the island.
Well, there's lots of hot metal here, you can probably hear some of it now, but 40 years ago you had the Fireblade of the day, which was the Norton International, and just look at the size of these back tyres, no 180 rubber then.
One of the biggest gatherings on this particular day is here at Laxey for Honda's 50th birthday party. We've got everything here, not just Honda's, all sorts of bits and pieces. There's an air sea rescue display going on at the moment. We've had parachutists, and of course the Isle of Man wouldn't be the Isle of Man without the crazy purple helmets, would it?
Well, not everybody's here in the Isle of Man having a good time. This fella is working. This is Bob Morrison, actually a famous AA repairman. Famous because he's one of the few motorcycle users for the AA. And also, tell us, Bob, tell us about your celebration.
That's right, I've just been appointed the AA National Patrol of the Year for 1998.
My word. And the thing is, you think that's just 2 or 3 people he's got to beat. 4,000 other competitors. It's pretty good, is that? So you obviously know your job, Bob. But here in the Isle of Man, what sort of jobs do you get involved in here in the island?
In the Isle of Man, no job's a problem to us over here. The reason why we're here is to all our Rider Club members, AA members, when the bike breaks down, there's nothing worse than being in the Isle of Man without a bike.
Yeah.
So, if it's a major job, we rent a workshop while we're over here. We'll take the motorcycle into our workshop. If it's a clutch, we'll replace the clutch for them. Punchers, chains, sprockets, no job's too small. This year's been a big problem with the weather. We've had endless problems with the immobiliser systems, getting moisture inside them.
Oh yeah.
They just, I mean, the bikes are sitting on the campsites and they're having a lap around the Isle of Man, next minute cutting out and not starting in the mornings. All you have to do is get the old hair dried out and dry out the immobiliser.
Hey, these are the tricks.
It's a big problem at the moment.
So you carry a hairdryer everywhere you go.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, that's
It's not for personal
use as well. Yeah.
But I mean, the problems you resolve, obviously, they're very varied and very extreme. Do you manage to solve them all on this? I mean, you arrive and you look at it. What do you do? I mean,
that's right. Well, the motorcycle itself has a vast amount of equipment in it. We have emergency cable kits for doing throttle cables, clutch cables. Chain links, you've got your soldering kits for your electronics. It's the spares that are inside here. It's got a full toolkit, which is the same toolkit as the van carries. Battery boost packs in there, punching outfit kits. It's endless the amount of stocks in here. It's like I say, it's got to be a pretty serious job for it not to be repaired at the roadside.
Oh, we're being beaten to death. Sorry, we're being beaten to death.
If it is that way, then we'll just get it picked up, whip it in the workshop. In a couple of hours' time, you've got your bike back.
So it's a workshop that you've arranged over here.
That's right.
And kitted out, no doubt, with all the stuff. What about spares? How quick can you get bits?
That is a problem with us. we tend to bring quite a few spares over with us, but we can't predict. Each year is different. Last year we had loads of chains and clutches. This year it's all immobiliser systems and punches. I mean, next year it may be something else. So there's no point in thinking, well, what the spares we used last year we're going to bring for the year after. But
how about a tale? A tale of something when you arrive and someone gives you a negative response, said you were 3 minutes and you thought you'd be a minute or something like that.
Works both ways with us. We can send to a guy and we say we're going to be, we're there within the hour. The next minute you're there in 3 minutes' time, and the guy's, he's thinking, well, I've just come in for a cup of tea, or he's got his sandwiches, and he's not with his bike, he's not ready for us. And then if there's that little bit of a delay, and it's, they have to wait that little bit longer. But with the bike, over in the island, lads love it because they're getting a motorcyclist who's coming along with the kit, with the motivation, and he speaks their language, and they know they're going to get the bike sorted out.
Yeah, excellent. Well, you're doing a good job, I'm sure you are. You never know, you just might get a call as we're talking, so we don't want to disturb you, so you can make your rapid response. Thanks very much, Bob. All the best.
Thank you.
We're in Ramsey, this is the Italian Bike Owners Group meeting. I've got some German guys with me. Come on, a collection of Italian bikes. But what's the attraction of coming to the Isle of Man to you?
The races, the route, the weather not. But it's interesting for us. It's the first time we stay here, and I think we come back.
Good. And you've been camping here in this rain as well, have you?
Yes, our tent, it's like a waterfall.
But you all seem very happy.
Yes, the sun is shining and everything is all right.
So, what have you thought of the racing this week?
It's interesting, and but it's dangerous, I think. We were at Ballots Bridge, and there was an accident. We saw it, and a bike crashed before a house, and that's not nice to see.
Right, but no accidents for you while you're here?
No, God is with us.
Yeah, okay, well you have to be careful, don't you? Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you too.
Now people come from all over. I'm going to get some barrack in here now. I know I'm going to get some barrack in. Derek from County Monaghan in Ireland.
Right, yeah.
First TT?
Yes.
Why did you come?
Nothing else to do.
So what was the attraction? What attracted you to it?
I wanted to go out onto the runway.
Onto the runway?
Yeah.
What runway?
Jerby.
Oh, JB Airfield. You're a bit of a stuntman then?
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, is this being your first TT, has it lived up to what you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah? What's the best thing about it?
It's good atmosphere.
And the drink?
Making atmosphere and the drink.
And the drink?
Yeah.
Right, the drink. Let me chat to your mate here now. James, you've been to...
Seamus.
Seamus now, is it?
It's Irish for James. I said first.
What is he talking about? James, many TTs. Why do you keep coming back?
Oh, just because the atmosphere, bacon, racing, flat out around the roads.
You told me, you said before you'd come home from the States for this one.
That's right.
It's a long way to come for the...
That is, but sure.
For the drink. There's enough good drink in Ireland, can't you get it over there?
Plenty of the drink, loads of it. Just come over here for whatever and else.
So are you off now? Are you off
Mad
to...
around the place,
Go mad? Are you off to Derby with him now doing
Oh,
stunts?
absolutely.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll go the other way.
Yes, that is the courthouse. The courthouse at Ramsey, in actual fact. And no, I'm not due inside to pay a speeding fine. But did you know that Carl Fogarty and his dad George Fogarty have both circulated round the TT course at an average of 110 mile an hour and faster? And another 250 plus people have also circulated round at more than 110 mile an hour. The crackers.
Now, it's nice giving the bike a crack on good open roads, but you've got to watch speeding in the Isle of Man these days. Not only can you end up with a cash fine, but you can also end up with a ban, not just for now, but for next year as well.
And so we leave the Isle of Man for another year with the noisiest MV Agusta you've ever heard. After the break, Wayne is back in the shop and Jeff has a mystery bike.
Hello folks, Wayne here again on the subject of clothing and accessories. The only drawback with a motorcycle is the fact that you have no lid on. You have no cover over the top of you and you're exposed to the elements. So As I come from a rainy city, Manchester, I thought we might just touch on the subject of waterproofs. These are one-piece suits, and they come in fat ones with lots of quilting, they come in thin ones with no liner in at all, that you can just slip over your leathers, all sorts of types. They should be sold to you as 100% waterproof. Some put subtle labels on, so you know. This particular one is 75 quid's worth. Has a nice quilt liner, so you could probably wear this without having to bother about leathers underneath or anything extra warm. This will do the commuter ideally, and or even somebody going to the office and want to wear his whistle and flute underneath, and he'll look very smart with that covering up and keeping him warm and dry. This Furigan suit from France has got a liner in it, but it's quite a lightweight liner. In fact, it's just like a second piece of nylon. And the aim with this suit is the nylon just gives you the extra warmth without the thickness and being too warm perhaps. It's also going to protect all the linings and the seam welds and the taped area. So on a long-term basis, this will probably last 3 or 4 times longer than some of the lighter unlined ones. This will cost about £80 and done in these lovely subtle colours. You'll see you when you're coming. This is a bit in between. He doesn't know whether it wants to be a thick, heavy quilt suit or whether it wants to be a lightweight suit, because underneath this exterior, oh, what a lovely sound of it, Velcro opening. It comes with all motorcycle clothing, Velcro. That just sounds like the tent opening on your holidays. That is a thick, heavy quilt liner for winter, but you can see from the zip here, that is also removable, and you've got a light summer suit. So excellent value for money. Sells at around £100, and really, it'll do you all year round. In the summer for when it just rains and drizzles, and in the winter when you want to keep warm as well as dry. This is your Belstaff Dry Biker, and this is one of the full-piece suits, one-piece suit, packed away in a little pouch that you can stick round your waist when you don't need it. They do it in a one-piece version and a two-piece version, black or multicolours, and they're just about 55 quid. Excellent value for money. Most of these suits pack away. This one here, behind the bag, that packs away in its own pouch as well, and I'm just going to slip this on just to go out into the rainy city of Manchester. So here I am now, ready to brave the Manchester rainy weather in my waterproof suit. Took me no time at all to get into. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Wayne.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Looking very smart.
Water, not a problem. This suit is 100% waterproof. Will not let a drop of water through.
Well protected, eh?
Yep, not a
You're
problem.
not going to get wet.
Brave the Manchester weather. Go for it, Paul. I feel a nosebleed coming on. In actual fact, I think it's going to be yours.
A little guessing game for you. What's got a rakish belly pan like this? What's got an arrowhead-shaped headlight? What's got some very neat built-in personal protection? And what's got a tank with no name? You've guessed it, it's Ducati's latest, the 900 SS. Well, the first thing that strikes you is this voluptuous fairing that looks as though it's been carved from the solid. But it's not just pretty decorations in here, it's got these air scoops, one either side, because this bike hasn't got a radiator. It's one of the air-cooled Ducatis, desmodromic, but no water cooling, so it needs these ducts to take air to the rear cylinder. And in fact, Ducati tell us this reduces the temperature of the rear cylinder by 20 degrees C. Well, as you can see, this engine looks familiar. In fact, it's basically the 900 SS engine that's been around since '91. Belt-driven overhead cam, 2 valves per cylinder. The big difference is it's got electronic fuel injection on this one. That means much better carburation, smoother torque, and you get another 5 brake horsepower as well, giving you 80 brake horsepower. Very usable horsepower at that. Might not be red, but once aboard, it's unmistakably Ducati. Sure, it's a bit more sophisticated than the old model, but that 90-degree V-twin, firm suspension, light agile handling is quintessentially Ducati. No matter how sophisticated they become, there's a certain edge to a Duke that you can almost taste. The 2-valve 904cc motor delivers its 80 brake horse in that lovely offbeat fashion that is the hallmark of V-twins. Nearly as smooth as a 4, but like Pavarotti, it does the business, but without the screaming. Thanks to the new fuel injection, it'll pull smoothly from around 2,500 revs right through to 9 grand, where a rev limiter lets you know that enough is enough. Top speed is around 140, but playing tunes with the engine is what this is all about. Keep it spinning in third at 4,000 revs and then nail it, and the 900 SS catapults you forward. Keep hooking it up and knocking it back through the slick 6-speed gearbox, and you can revel in the addictive mixture of exhaust rumble and mechanical whirring that is Ducati. While the handling of the old 900 was a bit of an acquired taste, this one makes you an expert from the start. The revised steering geometry, shorter wheelbase and a completely changed riding position means that the old slow steering and heaviness has gone, and also its tendency to stand up if braking when keeled over. Not that you should do, but let's face it, we all do it. Likewise, road holding has improved too, the beefed up showers doing their stuff up front, while the cantilevered rear end smoothed out the rest. At 188 kilos, it's easily stopped by 320mm Brembo discs and 916 calipers at the front and a single disc at the rear. The riding position is new too. Gone is the low seat, high pegs, narrow bar setup that left you contorted but not comfortable, to be replaced by an altogether more reasonable layout. Still sports bias, but this time with some comfort. Your knees tuck into the tank and the voluptuous fairing is not just curvy, it shields you from the worst and enables you to tuck down, just like Foggy. Well, sort of. The cockpit instruments come as a bit of a shock at first. The clocks are black. They work alright, but certain things I expect from Ducati. Red paint and white face clocks are two of them. But V-twin engines, stonking performance, beautiful looks, glorious sounds, lightweight and charisma are just a few of the others. And after all, they've used yellow before, so I make that about 9.5 out of 10. Not bad for a new Duke. Also not bad for a new Duke is the $8,350 on the road price tag. Who said Italian style is expensive? So just what is responsible for this improved handling? For a start off, you've got new 3-spoke wheels, which are much lighter than the old ones. You've got the shower forks beefed up, they're fully adjustable, and also they've got 43mm fork stanchions, they're massive affairs. The steering head angle, they've steepened that a little bit, just only by 1 degree, but it does give that quicker turn in. You've got the trellis frame, which has just been altered slightly. They've retained the cantilever rear end and the single shock, but they've improved the damping, they've improved the stroke of the shocker, and that gives a much more flexible, more compliant ride. So overall, lots of little tweaks to this Ducati, but I haven't finished yet. They've also got a very neat touch once you've undone the seat. The seat's very easy to remove. Neat lock at the back, just lift it up. There we are. Underneath you can store waterproofs. Nice little toolkit in there, and they even give you a little torch. How about that? And once the seat's off, that allows you to unhook the front of the tank here and simply hinge it up. It's even got a little stand on, just like a car bonnet. And there you've got access to your air filters, the engine management chip, the battery, and also the shock absorber. Brilliant.
So, when Paul, Jeff and I are on our summer break, we reckon we're going to get thousands and thousands of miles in on the bikes. And to do this, we have to have the correct attire. I mean, we've got to look the part, haven't we? I mean, you know, we're supposed to know what we're on about. We're supposed to look the best. And we intend to look the best. And our best is to wear bright, colourful, classy, stylish gear. Now, where we're going to get that from, we ask, we have no idea. But we've got some examples of this type of gear. The gear, all the common denominating things about the gear we're going to show you, it's just jackets, is the fact that they're protective. They have some element of waterproofancy, maybe only showerproof, but certainly have addressed the problem. Some are waterproof, and they've definitely got some form of cool venting to go with it by means of removing the liner or whatever. Selection of different ones, different colours and so on. Let's show you this as an example. Belstaff, a new product from Belstaff. The usual noisy Velcro. It's even got a bit of a fastener on the neck and collar. Covers the zip up well and truly here. The detachable liner, when removed, leaves you with a nice lightweight liner, and they've even addressed the problem of the hot weather by putting some vents under the arm here. Gets rid of the bow diddly under the under the armpit. That stuff, nice bit of jacket, is Cordura, reflective here, pretty stylish, fancy logo on the back, tasty bit of tackle. That'll cost you £279, and I don't care what happens to it from now on. Bright, yes, we're talking bright colours, orange, but there is other colours to go with the range. This one's an Italian product by Giamota. Same applies, detachable liner on the inside. Again, they've addressed the venting here, sorted the old airflow out just the same. They put it in the sleeves here. They've also got approved armour inside the elbows, shoulders and in the back, and so did the Belstaff jacket as well, and that one will cost you £170. Wintex, now this is fairly heavy and robust, and it is 100% waterproof. The only thing they've done to address the coolness factor is by giving you a detachable liner on the inside that removes and then becomes a lightweight shell jacket. Very tasty, very nice. I won't be seen dead in the internal jacket because it looks a right sort of shell top sort of do you want to buy a video, but it's tasty. I can't get the hook on. This opens up at the back and that lets the air flow out of there. There's back protector, elbows, shoulders and everything and that'll cost you 235 quid. But rather industrial that, and that's definitely going to last you a long time. Okay, leather, still vented, still cool, with the removable liner, but of course definitely not waterproof. The vents on this particular jacket are here in the sleeve, zoom, the AirTex, and here at the front. And with this bit of holiness here, the air goes in there and keeps you really cool. It's just the ideal thing. But you've got to remember, it's only any good on a hot summer's day when it's dry. Same applies with this one from Furigan. Although it's a material jacket, they haven't made it waterproof. It hasn't got any fancy inner liners like the other jackets have, allowing that waterproof breathable feature. But it looks to me just like a leather. I think it is the business. It's a personal choice. It's got the markings on it. It fits like a leather, really tight and snug, just like you would buy a leather. It's got a nice cool AirTex inner liner on the inside. It even incorporates a back protector, and that can be removed and fastened to you on your back inside any other jacket that you might already own. So it's quite versatile, and that's a tasty bit of Furigan tattle at £200. That is my short summary of what we're going to wear in the summery period.
Next week's Two Wheels Better is the last of the current series. We're taking a summer holiday, but we'll be looking back at some of your favourite moments.